This is Marcus from Mystic Prophecy, and you're watching CMS TV, Classic Metal Show. Hell yeah.
Take hold the flame. It is your classic metal show right here on your classicmetalshow.com. That, of course, is Queensryche with Take Hold the Flame. And starting off the show tonight, we heard Choir Boys with 7 o'clock. And a guy who, well, I guess it really doesn't matter what time of the day it is for this guy. He's up all hours of the day and night. So, From the bedroom, from the sick bed, once again, our good friend and my partner, Chris Aiken. What's going on, Chris?
That's right. I'm from CMS Rehab tonight.
Yeah, we text briefly this afternoon, and you said you went to the emergency room and got some pain medication today, but apparently it's not working.
Yeah, no, it's not working. I went to take my little nap that I always take. I fell asleep. I woke up. I couldn't move my fucking arm.
Oh, boy.
I was like, son of a bitch, you know?
You got Dave Mustaine disease.
I might, I mean, that's what he did have, was the radial nerve. So
Right.
it could very well be Dave Mustaine disease, but we'll see this week when somebody with more knowledge than these general fucks fucking looks at my fucking arm.
All right.
It's gonna be a lot of fucks tonight. I'm not happy.
Yeah, I gathered. I know you were looking forward to doing the show tonight, and you weren't expecting to be laid up.
No.
But here you are. You're laid up.
Yep. It's better than nothing, I guess. Not much, but it's better than nothing.
Sure.
So I will be doing it while I convalesce, as they say.
Yeah. Well, I know that you've made it clear that in the recent past that as long as you're laying down, you're in a prone position, you're fine, no pain.
Yeah, there's no pain at this exact moment. It's sore, is what it. Like if you've ever moved furniture, which I imagine everybody has.
Sure.
At the end of the day when you've moved furniture and your shoulders just ache. That's what I feel like right now when I'm laying down, just achy. But if I sit up and put up, put my arm up to actually do any kind of work at all, it's like, forget it. It feels like the tricep is pulling off the bone.
Ouch.
So this is what you get. Deal with it or tune out.
So are you? Do you believe you're regressing rather than getting better?
Feels like it today.
Yeah, because have you been putting more stress or more activity on your arm than recently because you have had the pain medication to kind of like ease some of the pain?
Yeah, a little, but not much. I mean, I've really, really been listening to the doctors and everything that they're telling me, which is mostly to rest. They just don't want me using it. The answer that they've given me now 5 times is, if it hurts, stop.
Right.
So, that leads to like 10 minutes. I sit for 10 minutes and it just starts fucking hurting. So I stop. So most of my time is spent in here watching TV and working with one hand.
Right.
Not that I'm not used to working with one hand in bed, but that's a different story.
I was going to make that joke, but you beat me to it.
I can still be funny when I'm dying.
Well, it's been quite an eventful week in the music world. I'm sure we have a ton of things to talk about.
Oh yeah.
We have very dedicated fans who are, always, on top of things and sending in stories. Did you see this? Did you see this?
Yeah.
It's like,
go ahead.
Well, I usually most of the time I do. And then once in a while, somebody will bring something to my attention that I did not see. It slipped through the cracks, but we got some hardcore fans out there who keep track of every little detail that's going on out there in in the world of music that we love and enjoy.
Yeah, it always cracks me up when I get those emails that are like, "Hey, did you see this?" I'm like, "Yeah, you know what? I have Google too." You know?
Yeah, I check out Blabbermouth too.
Yeah, I'm allowed on that site too. Imagine that.
Yeah, because if something happens, it's on Blabbermouth, within minutes. So,
Right.
but regardless, I like the fact that the fans are very dedicated to, for whatever reason, they like our thoughts and commentary on various things that's going on in the world. So they send them our way.
Yes, absolutely.
So
Yeah, as much as we're busting balls, keep sending them because eventually, or every once in a while, there is something we miss, or a version of something that's out there that's different than we see that has more information. So keep sending it.
right. And I like to tip the hat to people who keep me in the loop. One of my most ardent news feed people is Brian Bauman. He always hits me up every week with you know subjects and material and stuff. So thanks, Brian. I want to give credit where credit is due. Also, our Australian friend Aussie Ace, he's always sending stuff, even as incoherent as it is. I I know that you're CC'd in on a lot of the emails he sends out, but his emails is like trying to read Morse code.
I know it's bizarre.
I've never seen anyone type the way that guy sends a message. It's just like you have to sit there and try to decipher what it is he's trying to say. It's
Right.
not complete sentences. It's like thoughts.
I'm sure it made sense in his head when he was putting it on the email, but he didn't proofread it at all.
Like if he saw like let's just put an example. If he saw like a red Ferrari at the park, it's not a complete sentence of I saw a red Ferrari at the park. It was badass. It's red Ferrari park. Cool.
Yeah.
So
Like, okay.
what does that mean? I don't,
Yeah, what was cool about it exactly? How was it cool? Was it cold or was it badass? What was it? Yeah, he does send some really cryptic shit, like everything he sends.
Yeah, no, I sit there and I read it and then I go delete. It's like I can't sit here and try to figure out what the hell you're saying, Ozzy.
Right?
So I try to read through his things and it's just I don't.
Right. That's I always look at his emails, and if I can pick it up in a hurry, I read it. But if I can't, then it's like out. I can't be. Thank you for sending, Ozzy, but I can't be bothered with learning a new language.
Right, exactly.
Sorry.
Well, here's a prime example. Bengal singer on Bob Lefsett's Brooke Shields a Man? ? Then it just says Susanna considered super hot by Chris Akins of CMS, the Bob Lefsetz podcast.
Yeah, doesn't that make perfect sense to you?
Hefner's kid, cute, sprightly, looked young. Joker, man face when older. She did not spend to keep things femme looking. Huge, ugly link. Christy Hefner, manly pics.
Yeah.
What?
Too funny.
All over the news. She turned down JFK Jr. She wants Polina Porsakova's 1 million influencer career by pulling out feelings and dirt.
Ah, good.
What? What? That's it. I read it verbatim.
Right.
So I have no idea what that even means.
Yeah, I have no idea either.
So I just go, okay. And that's it. It's like, I don't have time to explore this.
Yeah, I mean, because what are you going to do? You're going to email him back, and then you're going to get another cryptic email.
Sure.
And then now you're investigating, and it's going to take an hour to figure this shit out.
Yeah, it's like being in a virtual escape room or something.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I just don't have it in me.
Right, exactly.
So I just, as much as I appreciate the dedication to this show and, sending us stuff, it's just like, I just don't have the time to sit here and try to decipher all this,
Right.
so it is what it is. So, but again, appreciation to the fans, throwing out a few other names out there. Again, I want to make sure people understand that I do get the emails and I do appreciate it. Mark Miller's one, Matt Barth is one, Lisa Vanessa's one. Hope I said your name right, Lisa. I always fuck that up. John Phillips, another one. You guys are really great about doing all that. So Greg Simpson, another one.
Sure.
So everybody's contributing.
As long as you're not reading Mark Nero, that's fine.
Yeah, I haven't seen Mark Nero in almost a decade, believe it or not.
Good. I mean, that's terrible. I wish he was still listening.
Well, our good friend Bill puts on way better show.
He does.
Way
much better than us.
Yes. Have you seen or talked to Bill in a while?
I chat with him here and again. He's got a lot of family stuff that I won't spread, but
Sure.
But he's got a lot of family stuff going on that's, way more important than this bullshit. So I don't see him as often just randomly talking about, hey, did you know Ross the Boss did this or whatever? There's not a lot of that going on because he's definitely busy with some personal stuff. But he's okay. I mean, he's doing his thing. He's still doing metal on metal.
Metal on metal Friday nights.
That's right. That's right.
Well, that's probably one of the longest running shows in the country.
It's been on 40 years or something at this point.
Close to it.
Yeah. He's got to be setting some sort of record there.
Yeah, he's I think he surpassed Eddie Trunk.
Well, he surpassed him in talent like the day he was born. But
nice.
Dude, speaking of long-running shows, I'll go to Monday Night Raw, which is like 35 years. Did you see the sale of the WWE?
I heard that Vince was selling it to some Japanese or Chinese company. No. Is that true or not?
Nope. They sold it to Endeavor, which also owns the UFC.
Okay.
Take a guess how much?
$3 billion.
Oh, you are so low.
Really?
So low.
$10 billion.
Just under.
Really?
$9.2 billion.
Wow. And what do you get for that?
Well, you get obviously the product. You get the SmackDown and Raw and all the equipment but you get the big value. I think is that back catalog of
they get the archive shit too.
Yeah, so they get everything in the history of. I mean, it's when you really look at it, it is a huge purchase because WWE over the years has bought up the catalogs of a lot of other companies too, like WCW and WWE and I think GCW maybe, or there's a bunch of different ones that they bought up. So you're really buying the history of like 5 to 6 companies, as well as the biggest brand in the world right now for that kind of a product. So,
sure.
So I mean, it's a huge purchase, but yeah, still $9.3 billion for fucking wrestling. Are you kidding me? Jesus.
And who's got that kind of money for that kind of a thing?
Well, whoever owns Endeavor. Endeavor is the company that also owns the UFC, but
okay.
That they said that after the merger, it's either 21 or 24 billion dollars in value, that company.
Wow.
So they got a couple of bucks.
I guess.
There ain't nobody there looking for their next meal.
Well, I wonder, speaking of people who've spent untold billions on a purchase, obviously the big news, in the last year has been the $44 billion purchase of Twitter.
Yes.
I wonder if Elon is regretting that purchase.
You know what? He doesn't strike me as the kind that gives a flying fuck about money.
Right.
So I would say no. He probably, and it's caused him to be the most attention-getting human being in the world.
Absolutely.
replacing Donald Trump. So he probably loves that. He seems like he's got that big of an ego that he loves that.
Sure. Well, the interesting thing is that I caught a old episode of the TV show Friends,
Okay.
which was in the early 90s.
Sure.
And there was an episode I couldn't even tell you because I never watched the series, but it just happened to pop on when I was at a hotel.
Okay.
Flipping through the channels, they were looking for something to watch, and there was Friends was on, and they were sitting there talking. And I think that Ross guy on there, he was talking about some opportunity that he had to work with Elon Musk.
Oh yeah, I remember that episode. Yeah.
And it was like, holy shit! Elon's reputation was, at such a level that he was the what do you want to call the it guy,
Right.
back then, to where even a hip show like Friends, mentioned Elon Musk way back then.
Sure. And here he is 25 years later or whatever, the most dominating personality in the world.
Sure. And hated by the people who worshiped him.
Yeah, exactly. All those people that bought Teslas now hate his guts.
All the lefty climate
Lunatics.
Lunatics that worshipped Elon Musk and his innovations and things like that because he believes in free speech and stuff. Well, fuck that guy.
Yeah, he's a douche now.
He's an asshole. We hate him.
Right.
Yeah, we're not going to drive his Teslas anymore.
No way, pal.
Yeah, he sucks.
He's the worst.
So that was pretty interesting to see that.
Sure.
That change of heart, as it were. So.
Well, you know how it goes, dude. You're everybody's favorite until you cross their line. The proverbial line.
There was a time back in the 80s and into the 90s and even into the 2000s that everybody wanted to be Donald Trump. I mean, I don't know how many times Donald Trump's name was mentioned in songs and movies and TV scripts and everything. Who do you think you are, Donald Trump?
Right.
And there were songs about or that mentioned Donald Trump, especially rap songs. Especially the bling bling people with I want to live like Donald Trump.
That's right.
But now it's like, oh, Donald Trump, horrible, just horrible,
terrible person, terrible.
He's trying to do good things. I hate him now.
He's an asshole.
He doesn't believe the way I believe, so he sucks.
That's right. Dude, it's so funny when you look at the guys that are hated now. Kid Rock, another one.
Yeah.
Kid Rock couldn't have been more popular when he came out. Everybody liked Devil Without a Cause.
Oh, yeah.
Bulldog, or I Am the Bulldog, or whatever that song was. Everybody loved those. 10 million sold. He let us know every chance he got that he sold 10 million copies.
Sure.
Now, he's just the devil.
I hate him.
He's the devil.
Yeah, he doesn't like woke culture, so he sucks.
Yeah, he shot up beer cans. He's an asshole.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not going to his sold out show, mostly because I can't get a ticket, but
that's
I'm
right.
Going.
That's right. Why would I go see that guy?
Just people are just so shallow.
They suck, period.
They do. That's why I stay away from everybody.
I'm telling you.